you get a haircut?
Me? I did. It's nice and short.
Looks good.
Welcome, everyone, back to the BettorOff Premiercast. I think this is episode 14/15 because technically match week 14 is happening right now, but we're not going to get this out in time to give anything of value for it. But my predictions for the Wednesday-Thursday games are all of our teams are going to win. All of them. Leicester's an underdog, but they're winning. Tottenham, going to win. Liverpool, definitely going to win.
I like it.
But before we talk about this upcoming weekend's games, we have to talk about Dan. Prophet Dan. The number one Premier League bettor on BettorOff over the past 30 days. He killed it, predicted it to the T, the Watford game. Dan, run us through it.
What was it? 4-1 with Josh King to score against Man U.
Yeah, and I think you predicted
3-1,
I think you predicted 3-1
by a goal. But yeah, just when you know your stuff, you know your stuff, Harry.
You predicted the flow of that game perfectly.
I know.
2-0, then 2-1. Man U pushes people forward, and Watford gets 1-2 on the counter.
Yeah, that's just the way they play. You know, I'd like to think they have a chance against Chelsea today, and even Man City on Saturday. But they've got too many injuries right now. I don't think they're missing Sarr, who's a big loss.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see them getting anything out the weekend, unfortunately. But I think there's some good value bets this weekend.
I would absolutely love Watford to just screw up the top
Dominate
six.
Manchester.
Manchester is yellow, as we all know.
They've got Ranieri, so you never know. I mean, he's pulled off greater feats than beating Manchester.
What? Jordan may have a new scarf on his wall by next week.
He might.
Scarf.
And I don't know, if they continue playing like this, being big teams, who knows what their January transfer window is going to be. I heard Mbappe's interested.
Rumors have it.
But anyways, so let's see if Dan, and hopefully Jordan and I can catch up, but hopefully Dan can pull out that profit magic again this weekend. And we are starting off with West Ham against Chelsea. Chelsea's surprisingly not as favored as I would have thought. It is a top six matchup, but Chelsea's minus 140, West Ham plus 390, draw plus 285. What are we thinking here?
I don't see anything past Chelsea.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming back to fitness as well for them. West Ham have struggled over the last few weeks. Maybe they're having that little dip in form. Well, now smart money's on Chelsea.
Yeah, all these big teams with depth, especially over the Christmas time, December period, like, I'd kind of just see them almost steamrolling through all the other teams that don't have, a second or third line that could win the Premier League coming in.
All right, just say you're not going to bet on Tottenham later on in December. Just go out there and say it.
I'm never betting on Tottenham.
Unless there's plus odds, then we put the house on it.
Only then we put the house on it. Yeah, I mean, minus 140 on Chelsea, a team that looks like they're dominant. They have, like Jordan said, two full squads, basically, that could be a top six team right now. I don't see anything besides that. But moving on, Dan's boys, Liverpool against Wolves. Wolves coming in, oh my lord, at a plus 600 underdog. Liverpool minus 225. What are we thinking here? Is this just parlay fodder?
Not for me.
Pessimistic. I think you don't take Liverpool just so you feel better if they lose. You're just like, yeah, I don't think
Liverpool have always struggled at Molineux. We win by one goal, and it's normally a scrappy goal. We've always struggled with Traore if he plays. I'm going to take Wolves with draw no bet.
Wolves draw no bet. Wow, plus 425. Okay, and you're not a spread type of guy?
Nope.
All right, I like it. I mean, I don't like it betting against your own team, but maybe I have to learn that lesson. We've
No,
seen it hurt me in the past.
I'm just honest. I think if we look at the last 3 games at Molineux, Liverpool won 1-0, 2-1, and lost 2-1. So they're always tight games. I just they're almost like our bogey team. I'm not feeling it this weekend. And I think we've got Everton today. It's going to take a lot out of us. It's going to be a tough game.
I have a theory. Dan does this to keep people off the top leaderboards. He's like, Liverpool. I just don't know.
Put the house on Wolves.
Smart money says Liverpool just don't do well here. And then Dan rolls in the next week and he's like, I had a tremendous weekend. Liverpool +3, -3, got the whole thing.
Oh my God. I mean,
no, I feel like this is going to be a game. I'm going to give my prediction. If Liverpool score within the first 20 minutes, I think they'll go on to win comfortably. If they don't score in the first 20 minutes, see Wolves nicking either a draw or even sneaking a win.
If they don't win in the first 20 minutes, Klopp out.
That's my prediction for this week.
You can get Wolves at +0.5 at +190. I like that. Dan's convincing me. I'm on that.
Well, I wouldn't take that. I'd take what was it, +425 for draw no bet? I'll take that.
Yeah, but then if they draw, it's just a push. If you draw, you win. All right. He is firm in his stance.
He's done the voodoo.
He's done the voodoo. He sacrificed a chicken.
I've set my traps.
He's on the phone with Klopp. It's like, hello, ring, ring. Score in the first 20 minutes, please.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. This is interesting to me. We have Southampton at home welcoming in Brighton, who has been struggling, winless in their last 5. Brighton +200 on the road, Southampton +150. Jordan?
Yeah.
Is Brighton falling from their hot start?
So, it will be interesting to see what happens, for everyone. We're recording on a Wednesday. Southampton play today against Leicester. Brighton, they always look exciting. I'm a big fan of Lamptey, one of those guys, Trossard, Maupay, they're scorers. And, Southampton, relegation candidates. I just don't see them beating Brighton. I like how Brighton play. Seems a lot of excitement stuff from them. They're forward thinking. Maupay does seem to miss a lot of sitters. But they're not far away from winning a lot of these games that they either draw or lose, from the ones I've seen at least. So I'm going to take Brighton, thinking they can pull it together. And yeah, what are they?
No,
plus
that's
200.
2-1 on Brighton money line, or you can get them +105, draw no bet, or -165 to draw or win with a +0.5 spread. Do you like any of those more than the other?
No, I really do think Brighton will win this game. They just Dan does not. Crystal ball Dan, I don't like this.
Here he goes. He's looked in.
Go on, Dan.
We need to have a graphic that's like that's so Raven. It like zooms in on his eye. It's like him with that crystal ball. Southampton draw no bet -135. Okay, lots of draw no bets for Dan this week.
Yeah. How are you shaking your head with like absolute? That's ridiculous, and then you're like, but the draw might happen. Like I'm just one goal away.
You can't measure maybes because it's nothing.
Well, now he's a philosophy major. Wow.
We're getting a lot of quotes from this. I'm going to clip that one out and just have that.
I think we're indoctrinating him because he's in the U.S. Maybes. U.S. people hate betting on soccer because you can tie. And now Dan's living in the U.S. and he's like, I don't want the ties in there at all. Draw no bets. Just get them out of there. They're ready. He's done. He's fully indoctrinated.
What's the spread?
-0.5 for Southampton.
Yeah.
There's a whole list of spreads.
Dan's new motto is drawings for art students.
Oh my lord. Okay, moving on. So we have Dan on Southampton draw no bet. Jordan on Brighton just money line. All right, we'll see how this goes out. All right, moving on. We have Newcastle plus 130, welcoming in Burnley plus 210. I think I'm on Newcastle here plus 130. I don't know what it is. They just haven't been getting the results, but they've been. It seems like they're playing better than they have been.
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe's come in and turned them around a little bit. They played really well yesterday, and managed to get the draw with 10 men. Should have won the game, to be honest. Newcastle's a hard place to go. I think they'll win, and my money's on Newcastle.
I agree. Yeah, they looked really good, and I'm not saying Norwich is someone to write home about, but
I do
still
think
being
it's
down
funny
a
though
man.
how we've got all of us have picked Newcastle who still don't have a win yet in the Premier League.
We're predicting it. We're willing it into
Newcastle.
existence.
Definitely Newcastle.
I've always been a fan of Callum Wilson and Eddie Howe, and I really think him coming in there. Yes, Bournemouth are out, or have been relegated since, but
What's the draw?
It is
plus 225.
Yeah, plus 245.
245.
See, that may even be that might be one. Is it? What's the spread?
What do you want the spread to be? I have a whole list of them. You can get
Newcastle plus 0.5.
Plus 0.5, minus 240.
Oh man, you know what?
A little rich.
If only there was some app that had
all this information in one place. All
this information that we would make available to users. I just can't think of it. But
I can't think of one.
No bet.
That had draw no bet. No, I can't think of any there. But with normal spreads, money lines, and overs, bang, better off. Download on the Google Play Store and App Store. The casual plug. Well done, Jordan. Jordan, now he gets a bonus this week for that.
30 cents.
A new scarf.
A new scarf, a Watford scarf.
I would rock a BettorOff scarf. Actually, I'm going to look into that. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Can Watford own Manchester? Watford is plus 1,100 against Man City. Man City's minus 425.
Spread.
Spread. Let's see.
It's got to be 3.
Watford
2.
plus
minus 2.
It's basically 2. Watford plus 1.5. You can get for plus 125.
What's Man City?
Man City minus 1.5 is minus 145.
I'm on that all day.
You think they win by 2?
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't have faith in Watford.
I picked him over Man United last week, but this is a different element, and without Sarr, yeah, no, this is a 4-0 Mahrez to score.
Wow, the predictions keep coming.
Dan's gonna be sweating if Mahrez isn't even in the starting lineup.
Mahrez might not even be in the subs.
Mahrez or Gundogan, one of them's gonna score. Maybe both. Yeah.
Well, honestly,
Torres is out of Man City, right? It's going to Barca.
Who?
Torres.
Probably wouldn't surprise me. He's not playing.
And who else? Sterling, right? Is rumored to be going to Barca.
He was terrible the other day.
I like Sterling, though. I always have.
Tell me that Sterling would get in any other team if he lost his pace.
Yeah, but he has his pace.
Yes.
He has nothing else, and he's getting
that's like saying, would Adama Traore be as intimidating if he wasn't running at you at 100 miles an hour? Obviously not, but he is.
But that's the thing is, all these other players who, as they get older and get slower, they can still play football. He can't.
Fun fact, who is the highest goal-scoring Premier League player over the age of 30?
Vardy.
Never loses pace. Actually, he's tied with Ian Wright right now, but he might break it today.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I think everyone can assume it's a Man City win. Watford, it was a great win against Man United, but Man
I
City's a
cannot
different
believe
animal.
that they're only +1.5 or -1.5. That's wow. That's the big bet.
That's some value right there. Dan's finding it. All right, moving on to Sunday. Sunday morning, Leeds welcoming in Brentford. Leeds coming off a win against Crystal Palace yesterday. Leeds +105, Brentford +260. Is Leeds finding their footing? Is that what this is? I mean, they don't look like the Leeds of the past. They sneaked out a 1-0 against Crystal Palace yesterday, which it's Crystal Palace. They've had some good games this season. But
Brentford.
you think there's value on Brentford, or Brentford draw no bet at +165?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the draw no bet on Brentford as well. Leeds.
Brentford have their number.
Yeah, and Leeds are fun to watch, but they just can't, Daniel James, I love watching him play fast, but man, they're having some trouble finishing up top.
Leeds have beaten them 3 times in the last 12 matches.
You could also get Brentford win or draw at -115.
Like that too.
And that's not a bad look there. And yeah, and Leeds just lost to Tottenham. And we know that Tottenham is kind of it's a yardstick if you're losing to us right now with Ben Davies in the lineup. But, it's okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tottenham, though, Tottenham's at home, welcoming in Norwich. Tottenham -265, Norwich +700.
This might be the only time I bet on Tottenham.
At -265, or like in a parlay is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Parlay fodder. Yeah,
Tottenham -1.5 at +15 is pretty enticing.
Oh, that's not a bad bet. -1.5 is +115.
Yep. So win by 2.
I like that.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Son and Kane need to figure it out. We need to go back to last season.
bring back Mourinho.
Bring back Jose.
You mean 2 other managers ago?
Yeah, 2 managers ago. Exactly.
Well, don't worry. If you don't, Tottenham's like the weather in Michigan. If you don't like the manager, it's going to change in the next 6 months.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It will be changed soon.
Did you like my picture that I sent you the other day?
Which one?
On the Premiercast of when you order Conte on Wish.
Oh yeah.
You can't see it. You've got that silly thing on your camera. You got the background on.
I don't have a background on.
Just pop it up on the screen, Jordan.
No.
I think I've got it here. Here we go. When you order Antonio Conte on Wish.
Oh Jesus. Oh my God.
Hey, did any of you?
Ole, where's he going? Where's he gonna go?
Did any of you see? We'll get through the games first. I do want to bring up Ole.
Okay.
We'll get through the games.
We'll get there. All right. Man United. Speaking of next game, Man United at home against the transition is upon us. Versus Crystal Palace. Man United -190. Crystal Palace +550. Does an interim manager make Crystal Palace more enticing? Or does Man United just have the skill?
Man United win this.
Yeah. I think with that new interim manager bounce that everyone talks about is going to be in full effect. But Crystal Palace yesterday, kind of similar to Leeds. They missed a lot of sitters. It doesn't look like. It all comes down to Zaha, being able to play. I don't think Edouard has he can score goals, but I just feel like Zaha's that spark in IU, and if they're not hitting and firing, it's one of those games where they're almost toothless. I think Edouard relies a lot on them, for a lot of feeding that essentially comes into them. But yeah, Man United, it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back, from losing Ole. But they just have too much talent. And it's, I mentioned it before, it's kind of that December time, and, Man United aren't Man City or Chelsea, but they've got probably over $500 million worth of talent on their team still, if not more. So, United.
Can they win by 2? -1.5 plus 155. No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Moving on, we've got Jordan's boys. Leicester on the road, visiting Aston Villa as an underdog. Leicester's plus 180, Aston Villa's plus 150. Draw no bet, Leicester's plus 100, even money.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens today against Southampton. We looked really good against Watford, but who doesn't?
Man
Man United, that too.
Yeah. We looked really good. Brendan Rodgers, I think now that, I was a big believer, and I think a lot of the instability about him leaving and going off somewhere might have caused some stuff in the team.
Told you it was never going to happen.
Right. But that doesn't mean they don't. He left his boyhood club of Celtic, for no reason, to go to the Premier League, when they're about to win the title. So you never know with Brendan Rodgers when he's just going to up and leave and go off and get his cigarettes and never return. So it's just one of those things. And now that those rumors have kind of settled in, we are getting a lot of people back. Hopefully in December, James Justin, Wesley Fofana, massive defenders for Leicester City. And I would love for them to come back, sooner rather than later. I think we're on the up and up. I'm going to take Leicester over Villa. I know we're slight underdogs here, but if we can ride the momentum of Watford and hopefully Southampton in today, I've got a good feeling about it.
Dan, do you have a more pessimistic view of that?
Yeah, I was just about to say I'm very optimistic when it comes to Leicester City.
I do think that Maddison has hit form, which he needed to. I don't know how long the honeymoon period with Gerrard's going to stay intact for Villa. I think with the value that Leicester have on this, I think I'd be putting my money on Leicester. I don't think they should be underdogs. I would probably take the draw no bet Leicester.
Yeah, I think that's where my headspace is. Leicester draw no bet. Get rid of those draws because it's going to be a grindy game, I think, between these two.
It's not going to be a pretty game. Ings is going to be out. It's a big loss. I called it from day one on Villa. They didn't buy well. This Buendia guy, who everyone was, he's going to come in and replace Jack Grealish. Still hasn't scored a goal yet. Don't think he's got an assist yet. So, in fact, what has he done? I need to look this up.
Not much is the question. Is the answer?
He's done anything.
Speaking of Grealish, is Grealish going to get a warm welcome or a bad welcome today back at Aston Villa?
He will. Well, he won't play. So
you don't think
he's injured?
I thought he could possibly make his return.
I don't think he will.
I'm not as dialed into Sky Sports as Dan is.
So
only when Formula One is on.
11 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist. It's a great return on getting rid of.
Yeah, those are the numbers you want from your replacement.
That's definitely the numbers that you want, and I think so. He's played 11, so they've replaced him. They've replaced Grealish, so Grealish has played this year. Let's have a look at this.
And we got a cat.
This is Leicester Kitty.
Leicester Kitty's making an appearance.
She's gonna give us good luck today. Ain't that right?
Yeah, I think he's still injured.
Yeah. All right. Well, closing out the weekend, we have a tale of two teams. Everton at home, 4 losses in the last 5. Arsenal coming in 4 wins in the last 5. Arsenal's plus 115 favorites. Everton plus 220. I mean, I think just looking at form and looking at the teams that have been playing this year, Arsenal at plus 115 against a really struggling Everton, I'm happy with those odds.
1-1 or 2-2.
Draw plus 260.
Or 4-4 or 5-5.
Won't be that high.
I hope it hits 5-5. I hope, just for Dan's sake. He said that so confidently. I'm going to take an alternative over-under at 9.5.
There's definitely not going to be more than 4 goals in this game.
So do you like any like Arsenal's minus 175 draw no bet, Everton plus 130? You just think it's going to be a draw. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Arsenal to win. It's weird doing, the predictions while games are still going on. So it's
Yeah.
one of those things where, if Everton absolutely gets smashed this week, then over the weekend,
By Liverpool.
yeah,
Benitez out. Benitez is coming in as the old Liverpool favourite. He's going to ruin Everton from the inside.
Yeah, so I mean, you just never know. Like, I think December is a lot about momentum. It's hard. It's so important to find your footing when you've got these games coming in thick and fast, and it's kicking off right now. So I feel like a lot of these teams, they lose this week, probably lose in next week. If they win this week, probably win in next week.
All right. So that's the end of the games. Do we need to hear your guys' predictions, or we got to build our parlay?
Parlay.
I'm going to take Leicester to win. Leicester to win. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
They're going to win.
All right.
They're going to win.
Leicester to win at plus 180. Yep. That is the first leg of our parlay. Dan, what do you got?
Liverpool to beat Wolves. I'm going to say Newcastle to beat Burnley.
Newcastle beat Burnley. Oh, you guys are both doing plus. Now I feel like I have to do a plus. I was going to add Chelsea in there.
Just add Tottenham in there.
No, I refuse.
Tottenham against Norwich.
It's funnier that way.
Yeah, do it.
I refuse.
Do it to win by 2.
I'm going to go the exact opposite direction. I'm taking Arsenal money line.
All right.
Plus 115. Dan thinks it's going to be a draw.
Man, I don't think any of these games I don't think are a bad shout. This is
right now that gives us plus 1284. Jordan, you want to explain the rest?
All right, for those who watch, what we'll be doing is, if you see this on YouTube, you can comment it there. We'll be putting that on there as well. But you will be picking the fourth leg of our parlay. We'll be putting some money down, and what we'll do is, we'll give half the winnings to, whoever we choose as the fourth leg. So it may hit, it may not, just a little bit of fun, just so you guys can join us in on the betting action. So we've got Leicester City, we've got Newcastle, and Harry, what was yours again?
Arsenal.
Okay, Leicester City, Newcastle, and Arsenal, all the win. Pick the fourth leg. We'll add it in there. We'll hopefully win some money. We didn't bet on Tottenham this week, so hopefully it's coming through.
Hopefully it's going to. Right now, a $5 bet would win $64, and we still have to add a fourth leg.
Yeah, so it's not bad odds. It's free, it's fun. Follow, retweet, do the whole shindig. Whatever platform you're on, just comment what your fourth leg is, and then we'll add it in if you get chosen, and we'll be riding with you. And that's the spiel.
Well done. Well done. That was a pretty expedited episode. We stayed on topic most of the time.
I have 2 topics I want to bring up. One.
All right.
What was the first one I was going to bring up?
Was it Ole?
Ole. Did any of you watch his exit interview?
Yes.
No.
Wasn't it kind of weird? Like,
yeah.
It is strange, he's the whole thing he talked about was like, I made a lot of friends. I think I left the team better than where I found it, did all this thing. And he's like, the past couple of weeks have been amazing. The past few months have been amazing. And I'm watching this and I'm like, what about this is amazing? Like, who would tell you that? What do you?
Club legend. That's why they didn't get rid of him sooner.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen with anybody else in the world. They'd be gone sooner. I like Ole. I like him, but he's just not. He's
still there.
Yeah, everyone does for their own reasons.
Does he get another spot in the Prem anytime soon?
No.
Does he get another coaching job in the Big Five?
He was at Cardiff and did nothing there, and then he goes to Man United and no.
Well, maybe he'll go to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Who knows? We have a revolving door.
That position will be open in the next 6 months.
Interim manager.
Don't worry, we'll pay him like £100 million and then sack him 4 weeks later. Don't worry.
The friends he will make, though. Let's not forget.
The wheel keeps on spinning over at Tottenham.
The memories.
And then the other thing I wanted to bring up was the Ballon d'Or. Rightfully given to Messi.
No, I don't
No.
believe so.
I
I
don't
do
think
not.
so
What
either.
is Messi hasn't done much this past year
Whoa.
compared to Messi or compared to Lewandowski. Come on.
You can't compare Messi to Messi, number one.
He hasn't. Compared to Messi, he's dead even.
Yeah. You also, people who go, well, he didn't do what he did like 4 years ago. Doesn't matter. His numbers are still
Insane.
off the charts. He's now 34 as well. Everyone always used to say, oh, it's because, he hasn't done anything at Argentina. Well, now he's done something at Argentina. Yeah. The only thing that I have against the Lewandowski getting it, he's in a league where Bayern Munich score on average 4 to 5 goals a game. If Lewandowski was doing it in La Liga,
Yeah, but it's not like that's an easy thing. He just broke somebody's record that had stood for 50 years in the Bundesliga. So it's not like just because you're on Bayern. I mean, he's insane.
Oh, it's 100% because he's on Bayern.
You don't think he'd be? Well, I mean, he didn't do great with Poland, right? They're not doing anything there.
Yeah, let's look at the league.
Okay, wait. Also, when I need to know when is like the criteria for
It's
the
journalists,
Ballon
right?
d'Or?
It's journalists. It's
No, I'm
journalists
saying like
voting.
what time frame do they take into account? Is it like up until the award is presented?
I
If
don't know.
so,
Is it
then
calendar
Messi
year?
definitely shouldn't have won. He hasn't done jack shit in Ligue 1 against a bunch of basically being on the Bayern of Ligue 1.
Mm.
Has what, 1 goal? He scored his first one?
Yeah, said some. You know who really got shafted? Jorginho. I was listening. I was listening last night. People like saying like, "Oh, Jorginho should have won it." Like he did this with Italy. He did this with Chelsea. I'm like, all right. Well, what would he? He's not the different. So that's the thing about the Ballon d'Or. My thinking is like, hey, if you remove this player out of the team that they're on, do they still succeed at that level?
Many Chelsea fans will say no about Jorginho.
Really?
Jorginho does not deserve it.
He got what, third?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've won 10 of the last 12 years by Munich. So that would be how long Lewandowski has been there. He scored 20 goals, 30 goals, 29, 22, 34, 41.
I mean, but besides the past like 3 seasons, Messi's been doing the same thing in La Liga.
Yes, but,
yeah, but there's like
teams
4.
that they're playing against.
Oh, there's like 4 or 5 teams instead of 2 teams like Bundesliga.
There's one in Germany, Borussia Dortmund. That's the only one who gives them
confidence. I know, and so then in La Liga you get Atletico, you get Real, you get.
Keep going. Seville, Valencia.
Oh, come on! It's the same league as Bundesliga with maybe one extra good team.
No.
And then Barcelona finally got caught with their pants down because they spend too much money. They're the exact same. They just throw money at players until they come there.
There's so many better teams in Spain.
I don't know.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see.
What's the second best league in the world?
MLS.
What's the second best league in the world?
Probably La Liga. No, I don't know.
What's third?
Serie A.
Yeah. Then Bundesliga, then Liga 1.
I wouldn't even say Germany's fourth.
Actually, you know what's second? Belgium. That's a fun league. You guys never bet on Belgian soccer? Come on.
No.
There's only one team to bet on.
I don't know. Just maybe Messi's time. Maybe Messi's time at PSG.
Even in the top 3.
Maybe it's my. Yeah, I'm just tainted by the fact that Messi has done nothing in France. Nothing with the best team, the best front 3 out of any team currently.
No one's going to
done anything.
It's going to be,
really cares anymore.
What was it? Modric that won it that one year. Nobody's going to be able to win it until Ronaldo and Messi retire.
Oh, Ronaldo wasn't even in the talk for this year.
I'm just saying, no one.
Jordan, you got to refocus. You're totally out of focus, my guy.
Yeah.
There he is.
You're talking about my talking points. I'm like, I'm focused, man. I'm focused.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys,
Messi's goal record.
And what's Messi going to do now that Mbappe's going to leave? Because Mbappe's out of there.
I think he'll do better.
Yeah, they can't. That front three might be the laziest front three out of any team.
I tell you, PSG is a Champions League team. That is they play in the Champions League, and then they also do League One. I know, no, but that's how they act. Is they don't care about their league games. They only care about Champions League. But we're digressing. This is supposed to be the Premier Cast. That's it. Any other great points from you guys?
Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
There you go. Way to close that out. All right. So this has been a weird Week 14/Week 15 episode of the Premier Cast. Make sure to follow us on all our socials. Better Off Sports on Twitter. Better Off everywhere else. Download the app on the Google Play and iOS App Store. Just Better Off with 2 O's. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us that we're stupid. And place your picks and see if you're better than us. That's it. Thanks for watching, everyone.
See ya.